kickoff action for us. Look at the upcoming high school football season. We just previewed 3A, but let's talk about it some more, make some predictions with Armando Garza of the Valley Morning Star and of RGVsports.com. Armando, thanks so much for joining us. Let's talk about the two districts right now. We've got 3 Valley teams in 31 3A, and we've got 5 in 32 3A. What's the difference between the two districts, and which one's better in your view?
Well, top to bottom, 31 3A is a little tougher. You got 4 playoff teams from last year. Zapata barely missed out. So every game's going to be a battle, and each week there's going to be a game of the week type atmosphere. So it should be a good race. So LaGrulla did themselves no favors by getting into that one instead of hanging out down here with the rest of the Valley teams. I could probably ask Abel Gonzalez right now, and he's probably not too happy about it, but a tough schedule all the way around.
All right, well, I've got what we call our Fantastic Four statements about 3A football that are so fantastic you might not believe them.
This is going to be fun.
I want to see what you think about it, Armando. Let's start with this one. Jacques Gilliatt, the great defensive end from Port Isabel, is not only the best 3A player in the Valley, he is the best player in the Valley. Jacques Gilliatt, your thoughts?
That's not too far-fetched. Jacques Gilliatt's a specimen. I mean, he's 6'1", 235 pounds. He's aggressive, he's mean, he's tenacious, but he's very smart. And a lot of coaches want to know where he's at on the field at all times. So he's one of those players you have to game plan for. And if you're one of those players, that means you're pretty special.
Well, you better game plan for him. 75 tackles and 8 sacks, and he wasn't even the leading tackler on the team last year for Port Isabel. Don't get me started on Port Isabel, boys. Not this early in this hill.
All right, well, let's go to their main opponent, their main rival, and that's Rio Hondo. Juan Puga, of course, has been a fantastic quarterback for them for a long time. But here's my fantastic statement. Juan Puga might be rushing for more yards than he passes for this year. Your thoughts on that fantastic statement?
That's also not too far-fetched. Okay. Puga's a great athlete. He's probably arguably the best quarterback in 3A. He's a big kid, smart kid, great runner. He can throw the ball as good as anybody, but if he has to pick up and run, he can do that really good.
Now let me throw some statistics at you on that one. What he's saying, 2,500 yards passing a year ago, 25 touchdowns. That means he's going to rush for over 2,500 yards on a team that had 2 kids that rushed nearly 600 yards. Where are you coming up with those numbers at?
Well, I'm just telling you, it might happen. He needs receivers, and I don't know if he's got them. He might have to rush to get Rio Hondo where he wants it to go. All right, last fantastic statement. We're going to have to make it a fantastic 3. Scott Arnold, new quarterback for Lyford, will be not only 3A's leading passer, he will be the leading passer in the Valley because of Jaime Infante's system.
I'd agree with that. Lyford's had the top quarterback in the Valley the last couple of years. People ask if is it a system? Is it just people going through? They just have talented quarterbacks, and Coach Infante gets the most out of everybody he's got, and he pays such attention to detail with those quarterbacks that they've got tons of ability out there.
I'll tell you what, if you want to blueprint the way to roll a program and do it from start to finish, it's Lyford. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade. It doesn't matter what team you're playing for, it's the same system. So a quarterback stepping in, I got to agree with you there.
All right, quickly, guys, let's get your predictions. Who makes the playoffs out of 31 and 32 3A? Armando, let's start with you.
31, right now, put on the spot, I got to go with Kingsville. The Brahmas made the playoffs last year in the tough 4A district in the Coastal Bend. They have Robert Houston, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in that area. So I got to go with Kingsville just because of sheer numbers. Raymondville and Lyford can be interchangeable first, second, and third. Raymondville's got tons of athletes and arguably the best lineman in the Valley in Ralph Rubalcaba. So, either 2 or 3, Lyford and Raymondville, those are my picks.
How about 32 3A?
32, Port Isabel on paper's got it. Rio Hondo second, and La Feria's going to get back into the playoffs. They'll be third.
All right, my prediction, LaGrulla makes the playoffs and makes it all 3 from the Valley for 31 3A. Port Isabel wins, Rio Hondo second, La Feria third. Joe, quickly.
Well, I got LaGrulla making it well. Raymondville, Port Isabel is my team to beat across the board. That clash with them and Rio Hondo, I think Rio Hondo make it. I think La Feria makes it in Class 3 as well in the playoffs.
All right, that is it for our 3A discussion. Thanks to Armando Garza from Valley Morning Star and RGVsports.com. We're coming right back with more on Countdown to Kickoff.